So while we're waiting, how about I play the video from last year's mission? Okay.
Yeah.
Hồng buồn cho Hồng hay Hồng buồn cho anh? Hay cả hai?
Tội cái bé. Lần đầu tiên mới nuôi bé bị như vậy. Nó rất khó khăn.
Lúc đó khóc quá trời luôn, cảm xúc chưa có từng thấy dòng họ mình mà bị như vậy. Trang trải cuộc sống chưa đủ ăn mà bé bị như vậy nữa, thấy khổ quá.
Em thì cũng đi làm thuê làm mướn gì đó thôi, ngày cũng kiếm được 200 để lo cho cuộc sống gia đình.
Con người ta làm mạch nhưng mà thấy con mình tủi thân quá, con gái nữa, mình thấy sốc quá.
Bé bỏ rơi từ lúc mới sơ sinh á, mới lọt lòng á, rồi công an phường mới đưa về trung tâm bảo trợ xã hội nuôi đến nay. So với những bé khác trong trung tâm thì bé ca này là khó chăm nhất. Có tại vì bé lúc về bé này rất là nhỏ, mà do bé bị hở àm nữa, bé không có bú được, mình nhỏ sữa rất là khó.
Chị thương nó hơn những đứa khác. Những đứa bình thường thì cũng thương, nhưng mà bé này nó đặc biệt hơn.
Nên bé đi vô đây nè, rồi ở nhà có một con bò nên bán thuê xe con qua đây được 2,5 triệu. Quan trọng là cứu con. Hai vợ chồng cũng đi làm thuê làm mướn cũng được, vì con cái mình hy sinh cũng không sao.
Để con lớn lên đồ sau này chơi đi học đồ.
Miễn sao con được an toàn là khỏe mạnh, hồi phục như con người ta là được rồi.
This is Vixen. We did a lip repair for her. Dr. Alex Kian and Dr. Monica Q. So they did just a little suturing there on that nose to kind of help lift it up so that when it's done, it's nice and even.
I'm Dr. Alex, I'm a plastic surgeon from LA. We just finished a child lip procedure. She has only lip, and so we did a repair of the lip. It's beautiful, and everything went very well. Should be waking up shortly.
My job is make the baby smile instead of cry. I've been told that I'm a baby whisperer. I'm not for sure it's true or not. But all my baby on the leg here, they smile more than they cry.
To see the parents that first time after we did one of the lip repair, and just to see how happy and how grateful the parents were after we came out, you can't replace that.
Trời như công chúa, thiên thần luôn.
rất là vui, rất là mừng khi đoàn bác sĩ nó làm phẫu thuật lành lại cho con của mình rất là trong lòng mình khó tả, muốn rơi nước mắt và biết ơn rất đoàn bác sĩ, anh chị em cô bác đồ đã giúp bé thành khâu môi lại thành bình thường như con người khác. Làm mẹ thật là vui.
Kỳ vọng là bé lành lặn lại với là bé hòa nhập như những đứa trẻ bình thường.
This has been life-changing for me. Meeting these children has touched my heart. To see the difference in a smile once you put the little ones to sleep and then they wake up. This will be something I do for the rest of my life.
So with that, I would like to welcome all of our volunteers to this first orientation meeting. And I would like to introduce bác sĩ Quỳnh Kiều, Dr. Kiều, and Dr. Trần Kiều. They are the founders of Project Vietnam Foundation. So chị Quỳnh, the floor is yours.
All right, thank you very much. I would like to welcome and thank all of you for joining us on this endeavor, on this journey to help children recover the smiles. As you know, and maybe some of you don't completely know, but Project Vietnam is not only about surgery. We have a higher ambition, which is to take care of the whole child. And the whole child means especially the ones who are born with certain handicaps. So Dũng, could you show the first slide? I would just like the opportunity to briefly tell you about how Project Vietnam was started and then what it is about. So first, this is about us. And then Project Vietnam was initially a global health project of the American Academy of Pediatrics, the chapter District 9, Chapter 4, which is Orange County chapter. I was a chair of the chapter, and the Academy encourages us to look beyond the USA and to try and help countries where we can share the healthcare of the USA and help children to be safer and better. So at that time, when the Project Vietnam was first started, it was immediately after there was a resumption of the diplomatic relationship between the USA and Vietnam. So we started right away, and the first trip was 1996. In 1997, we had a surgical medical mission along with with another group, which is from Kansas City. But so we were a blended group. And then on 1998 and forward, we were on our own. And so to the next picture, I will show you some of the first surgeons that we had. So Dũng, the next slide, please. The next one. So this one, are you able to see it? These are two surgeons who are our very first surgeons. We lucked out because the first surgeon, who is Dr. Harold McComb, on top here, and he is a senior surgeon from Australia, who wrote the chapter on pediatric cleft palate. So the first time that the surgeon from the USA met with him, he had the book that Dr. Macomb wrote the chapter on pediatric cleft palate, and he said, "Are you this Harold Macomb?" And then Dr. Macomb said, "Yes, I'm the real Macomb." So this is Dr. Macomb, who stayed with us for several years until he retired, and this is Dr. Morris, who is a surgeon from New York, and our surgeons stayed with us. Usually they go repeatedly on medical missions. So we were very fortunate to, from the very beginning, have very good people. In 1999, then God sent us Nathan. So Nathan, do you recall your first trip?
Yes.
The first trip that Nathan had with us, it was very primitive. There was not even a gurney at Thanh Hoa Hospital. We used to be doing surgery at the main hospital of the provinces of mainly North Vietnam, because the needs were much greater there than in the South. But in 1999 is also the time that I realized that the neonates from Vietnam were suffering from dangers that we don't see in the USA. One was the bleeding in the neonatal period from the lack of vitamin K. And so that year also was started the neonatal project, for which we endeavored to introduce vitamin K as a policy in Vietnam. So it took us several years to do that, but we were successful. And from there on, we went on to to bring to the Vietnam the training of the Academy of Pediatrics. During that time, every year the surgery team would be coming back over and over again, doing things better and better, implementing safety policies, and being enlarging to include many other surgeons. We have Dr. Alex Kim, who joined us in 2005, I believe, and who has come back every single year since then. And we have had additional other surgeons as well. So to the size that, and Nathan and Dr. Luat will tell you later about the surgery team as it is nowadays. I only would like to share with you some of the perspective about the other type of projects under Project Vietnam. So since 2003, we have had, which is 20 years, we have had a permit by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Vietnam, and the organization which oversees us is called PACOM. So next slide, please. So step by step, we built other projects. From the surgery only, it went to primary care, then it went to training. Breast for Newborn is a neonatal project, which went nationwide and was able to train 900 people so that they would become neonatal resuscitation providers, and 140 neonatal resuscitation instructors on over 14 hospitals of Vietnam. So this was instrumental to reduce the neonatal death in the infant stage from 4.5% to 1.5%, which consists of every year about 50,000 babies are being served and being saved. So from there on, we continue to have other type of trainings. The next one. So the medical trainings have become our the instrument per which we are able to expand and make kids safer and implement additional programs. So starting with 2010, we went into special kids with special needs. And that is our ongoing effort right now. The difference that you will find with Project Vietnam is we are there for the duration, and along the years, we've established excellent contacts. Some of the people who were instructors for the early on stages of the neonatal resuscitation are now, one of them is the chief of the Department of Pediatrics at the University of Medicine of Ho Chi Minh City. So they have known us for a long time. The people who work with us or volunteer with us keep on training and coming back as well. This year, in another 10 days, the neonatologist, Dr. Stephen Ringer, who led our neonatology training team since 1998, is coming back to Vietnam to evaluate the needs and look at working with the government to implement a checklist of the minimum standards for neonatal care all over the nation, not only in the big cities and at the Children's Hospital, but also in the rural areas as well. So this is to give you a taste of what we tend to do. So along the years, the surgery team has offered free operations to over 2,000 children on cleft lip palate. And then on the primary care team, we have served over 100,000, about 110,000 people and children in the rural areas. We will be coming back in November with the primary care team for the first time after COVID. Since the beginning of this year, we have had a training team, and I came back in April. So I was there for 2 weeks to look to reconnect and then find out and update with all the current rules in Vietnam. And I can tell you that the working visa is absolutely a must. This is how all the NGOs are mandated to have it. It's easy to understand. Can you imagine through the working visa, it allows the country to essentially give a temporary license to the people who are going to be operating or being part of a team, which really impacts on the health of the children. So so forgive us if we are implementing strict policies on it. We're mandated to. And I'm certain other teams may just be one-time guests, but then they don't have a permit to lose. We have a permit to lose. If I lose a permit because the rules are not being followed, then I will leave. We will lose the opportunity to impact 1 million children, because that's how many special needs children are in Vietnam. So please, you are part of a team which does many other things and have a long, sustainable impact. We thank you for following the rules in Vietnam for your own safety, and so that we can continue to do more for the children of Vietnam. So the next slide. And this is since 2020, during the pandemic, we have started to implement this assistance program to help develop a system to diagnose early and to do intervention early as well for children with special needs, especially children with autism. And it is very successful. The Ministry of Health has already recognized our detection screening for autism in toddler and young children, and has already approved our intervention. We are about to start training and teaching it. So just to give you a little brief overview about some of our projects. And of course, in the United States, in Orange County, we have teams which teach us CPR first aid this summer. And then we are going to be teaching class number 2 and number 3, a mental health first aid for teens and high school students. So there are many activities, and we still continue to give free COVID shots. As long as the federal supply is available still, they will continue to supply us. So wherever there are community needs, whether in the US or in Vietnam, then we try to help. We also have ongoing training programs every month we have a parent group, which is attended by parents from both Vietnam and here in the USA, and sometimes from other countries of the world as well. We had people, Vietnamese people from Germany, who were on our parent support group. We are about to start a teen support group online as well. So please refer anybody that you think may be of need. And that's all I have. If there is any more questions, I'd be happy to answer. But thank you so much.
Sequin, you have one more slide, so I'm going to bring it up here for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very important. Because of all the efforts and the duration and the ongoing efforts, then we were recognized with the President's Volunteer Service Award, thanks to some of our volunteers who brought up Mark here, who let them know about the efforts and what we have achieved. So all of you who are participating to our efforts to serve the children, you are a part of this as well. You are part of the lights, the millions of lights in the dark for the USA and the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bác sĩ Quỳnh. Okay, so that's the overview of the work that we do, our foundations. So at this point, I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about the overview of the surgery team and my experience. Like Bác sĩ Quỳnh Kiều was saying, I probably, besides Bác sĩ Quỳnh Kiều and Bác sĩ Trần, I'm the next oldest volunteer for the foundation. And I'm going to share with you my screen, and we'll run through this a little bit. Okay. Before I start, I just want to share with you, I am a pediatric anesthesiologist. I work here in Orange County with Kaiser Hospital. And for this year on our anesthesia team, we have Bác sĩ Trần, who is the founder. And then with us, we have Karen Wu, who has been my friends and colleagues on the medical mission since 2010. She's mother of 4, and she's retired from the Navy and have been working with me at Kaiser. And she have not missed one single trip, even with all the young children that she has. On the team, we also have Bác sĩ Hương. She joined us last year, and again, she have young children, and she's committed to come back this year. Amy Ramirez, someone that worked with me, and she joined us last year and be coming back this year. Dan Perez and Dr. Jeannie Kim are also anesthesiologists at Kaiser with me, and this will be their first trip on the team with us. And then a little bit later on in tonight talk, I'll let them share with you their experience. So with that, I'm going to share with you my screen here. So this is the first team that I was with in 1999. I don't know if you can recognize as me. And along with the young Bác sĩ Trần, right? We look like brothers, but we both have grown a little bit. So in 1999 at Thanh Hóa, the hospital we were working at is this. So they brought in basic, rusty table chairs. There's no oxygen supply. There's hardly any lights. And we just rigged together whatever we could to do operations. So we were tasked with taking care of all the kids that you've seen in the video. If Jacob came and take a look at this, they would shut us down in a heartbeat. But that's what we just pull together whatever we can do. So this is the operating room when we set up, and we have once again we set up 2 tables in one room. And when we did use flashlights, use whatever hand lights and even monitors, it comes and goes. Electricity kind of intermittent. If the pictures look kind of gray and old to you, that's what they are. This is actual film pictures that I took. Digital camera wasn't around, nor a cell phone. So we have done everything from places like that to operating under tent. We travel around the country. We have spent time in northern Vietnam, in central Vietnam, and South Vietnam, and the condition is very unpredictable. Here, we didn't have a place to set up our screening clinic, so there was fortunate to have a church close by that offered the courtyard to us. So they set up tent. We screen patients. The nurse that you see there is Pauline. She's one of our longtime volunteer, and she will be one of our lead nurse for the surgery operating room team. Through the year, we fast forward a little bit, we will see the condition that we work this year. This last year is going to be much better. The patient that we bring with us come from all over Vietnam, places like Đà Lạt, Đồng Nai, Gia Lai, Ninh Thuận. They're all ethnic minorities, and they're from remote provinces. So we fast forward to 2020. This is the operating, the clinic area that we get to work with. It's just a really nice new facility. On the left screen, you see Geraldine there's doing some vital signs. And then on the right, you see is Hitomi. They're both our longtime volunteers, and they will be our lead OR nurse as well to help us orient the new and train the new people.
Oh, yeah.
This is the operating room that we get to set up with much nicer equipment. That's Amy Ramirez, part of our anesthesia team. This is me. We still set up 2 tables in an operating room, and we still, even though we have better equipment, but we try to make good use of the space that we have. There's a picture that I show you, but I would never show to Jaco here. Once again, they would shut me down and wouldn't let us do operation in this condition, but we managed to keep kids safe and clean and, control infections. The ultimate goal is, my friends, if you look at it, there are kids who need to be carried, kids that need to be cuddled, we'll carry them. And there are kids that as young as 3 years old here, they've been so anxiously waiting for us to come to have surgery for them. They'll walk with us. Something that I never see in America, for a 3-year-old brave enough to just walk. So whether you are part of the 1999 team that took care of the first 100 kids, here that you can see the result of the patient that we took care of in 1999, or you're part of the team that took care of the 2,182nd kid that we have taken care of in 2022. You can see here's an example. This is baby Minh Châu. The first upper left corner is before. The right upper is during the first week that she's in the hospital, and you can see a month later. And then the bottom right corner picture is a picture that we just got yesterday from her parents sending to us. Thankful to cell phone, we're able to get a picture of this kid pretty readily. This is another example, baby Thanh An, the before, the week after, month after, and a 6 months after. All right, I'll show you one more. This is baby Minh Chiu. And you can see the drastic change in the way they look, the happy smile they
Oh, so
have first.
cute.
Yeah, see, he told me recognize this child that she cared for. So, I just wanted to take this opportunity to welcome you and looking forward to work with you on the 2023 team. Together, we are going to work to change the life of the 2,183rd, 2,184th, and so on and so forth children. We change their life. We make dreams come true for their parents. And in return, I'm confident that it will positively change your life for the better, as I have changed mine every year for the last 23 years. So we strive to do better each year. For 2023, I just want to share you some of the work that your teammates have been working behind the scenes for the last few months. things that we are working to bring electronic medical record for the surgery team that help us better track the progress of these children and bring the children back for subsequent multi-stage surgery. We're going to follow up with them and really give all of us a chance to follow these children through. Because some of the first children that I took care of in 1999, gosh, they're over 20, 30 years old now. And they may be as old as some of our volunteers for this year. And then we are also very fortunate to have the sponsorship of a very major toy company called Kit Tiny Toy. We're in Vietnam that are going to donate their service and toy to set up a play area for the children. Our goal as a team is to provide the best possible care, surgical care, and the overall care for these children to make this week really a memorable, life-changing experience for all of them. And likewise, this year, Dr. Kyo's daughter has been with the team for multiple years, and she is a head and neck surgeon. And because of her coming on the trip with us, and last year she brought her newborn baby with her, we are going to be able to offer a third stage repair for a lot of these kids, the rhinoplasty, as they get into their teenage. And all of this work together to really change the appearance, as well as the confidence in these children. And they have a chance to go through, a relatively normal childhood life, grow up, finish school, and get married and start a family. So that's the long-term aspect that we're looking to do. In addition, this year, what we're looking to do is to create some pictorial pre-op and post-op instructions, as a lot of our family come from, ethnic minorities and Highlander, where their literacy is not very good. So we recognize that we need to do better to continue to help them. That's my story with my journey here for the last 23 years. So I'm really happy to be able to share the experience with everyone, and to year after year to meet new volunteers, as well as get in touch with reunite with some of my longtime volunteers. And that's all of us come from all over the states, all over the country, and even in other continents. So it's really a nice reunion and a nice opportunity to meet and make lifelong friends. Next, I would like to invite our lead surgeon, Dr. Luot, to share with you from the surgeon perspective.
Thank you, Nathan. Welcome, everyone. Excited to see everyone today and also in September. My name is Dr. Luan Nguyen. I've been a plastic surgeon in Orange County since 1995. I first heard about Project Vietnam in 1996. But at that time, I just started my business and had a couple of kids that were just born. So I put it on the back of my mind, and then I did not volunteer until 2016. And when I volunteered in 2016, I promised Dr. Kun Kyo that I will go for 11 years. This was my 8th year, and then this is my 6th trip to Vietnam for the mission. I volunteered because I wanted to visit Vietnam, where I was born. I also wanted to help kids with cleft lip and palate. I returned because of the friendship. Nathan, Young, and the rest of the team, Karen. I can list everybody's name on the screen, but it takes a long time. So part of the reason why I keep coming back is the friendship. It's very addictive. Once you volunteer for one mission, you want to come back. You see why you went into the medical field. You see why you wanted to volunteer the first time, and you keep coming back. The 2 years that we could not go because of the pandemic, there was something missing, empty during this time when March came along and we couldn't go to Vietnam. But during those 2 years, Nathan, Young, and other people and myself all continued to plan, and we were able to carry out a successful trip last year in November. This year, I'm excited to say that we have 8 surgeons that will join us. You see Dr. Alex Kim. He's listed as Alex iPad Pro 11 on your screen. We have Dr. Kathleen Woodall from Oregon. We have Dr. Monica Q, who is an ENT surgeon. That's Dr. Kun Q's daughter. We also have surgeons coming back, an ENT doctor by the name of Gan Nguyen from Alabama, Tony Pham Nguyen from Germany, Joseph Huang from Texas, and we'll welcome Lisa Schuckert. I believe I pronounced your name correctly, from Germany. When I started trying to lead the surgery team, one of the things that I asked people who wanted to volunteer as a surgeon is, if you're gonna go, you have to promise me a couple of things. One, that you volunteer for at least 5 years, so that you can see a baby have the surgery and see them grow, come back, and see what kind of effects you have on the child, on the family, and what you get from the surgery itself. That's the only way that you'll know whether you are helping or whether you are good at your craft or you need to improve on certain things. So you have to volunteer 5 years, and then the first year, when you come, you have to be willing to do whatever it is that's necessary to help out. It might be just assisting, you're not operating at all. But eventually, as time goes by and you learn more from Dr. Alex and Dr. Kathleen, there'll come a time when they will not be able to volunteer anymore. So you have to step up. And so that's the several things that I asked for the volunteer, Dr. Gan, Tony, Dr. Lisa, Dr. Joseph, and so welcome. As of right now, today is the 1st of June. We have 25 confirmed cases that needs operation, cleft lip repair, cleft palate repair. We also have about 20 patients that will come back for screening to see whether they need more further surgery. So we have 45 patients signed up, and that is about 3 months before the mission. Our plan is to go probably 75 or more surgery for this year and screen about 100 to 125 patients. So I'm ready to go back to work for the mission. I hope you're excited to join us and to help the kids. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Luan. He's been a very inspirational friends and colleagues on the trip. Dr. Alex Kim, can I invite you to share a few words with us?
Đi there.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Hai cái này được này. Đây.
Hey guys.
Hi, Alex.
It's nice to see Dr. Nathan and Dr. Luan, and I think this is I don't know how many times I've been to, but last several years I've been going pretty much every visit, every mission trip, and it has been very. I think it's every year, every time we go, the quality of care and the way the mission run seems has really improved, and it's just experience itself. It's not only the surgery wise, all the trip itself is a lot better, I think, and particularly the last year was very exceptionally smoothly run mission, and I hope this year will be the same way as well. I've been going since 2004, and I mean, we only can take care of these kids when we go there, like only 40, 50 people or patients, but the impact of the surgery on these children are just amazing. And I think it's everyone who would join this trip will get to see the firsthand this kind of experience that's it's really hard to see in the United States. And in a way, it's really an eye-opening. And hopefully, you'll have a good experience, and we'll be happy to help anything you need. And since we have done so many times.
After Matilda, I was like.
So hope you guys enjoy the trip. And if you have any questions, just shoot me email or something. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Kim.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think between Dr. Kim, who bring the best of Beverly Hills, and Dr. Lutt, the best of Orange County to the children of Vietnam, I tell them they are so much lucky to have, the best quality, the best surgeons that American, enjoy. So thank you for being part of that, of our team. I think next here I see Karen Wu. I would like to have her share a few words.
Hi. To quiet some children down back there. So I'm Karen Wu. Dr. Lay introduced me earlier. I just wanted to correct a few things. I actually have 3 kids, not 4, although sometimes my husband is like my 4th kid. And I have gone every year since 2010, except for the year I was pregnant. So I did miss 1 year, and COVID, of course. Well, I just want to say when the first year I went to Project Vietnam, I've had a couple other volunteer experience before, but the thing that I really found attractive for me about Project Vietnam was the team spirit. I know a lot of people come and come back and come back, and since I've been doing it every year, it does get better every year. I think we work well as a team, especially for the people who keep coming back, and we can expect better results that way. So I feel like we're Project Vietnam right now in terms of the volunteers, we have a really good core team of volunteers, and I love to see that it keeps growing every year. And everybody here has the same mission, and being from the Navy, we're very mission driven. So I think this is definitely one of my favorite groups that I volunteered with. And then, of course, I like to have fun when I volunteer. So it's not all about work. And I think the volunteers who come with Project Vietnam, we all enjoy meeting each other and doing things in the evenings after we volunteer. So it's very much, besides work, it's also very relaxing and enjoyable for most of us to be on this trip. And so that's why I keep coming back every year. So
thank you, Karen. Yeah, she has provided me with constant support, and we work as a team all around, and we are codependent on each other to bring the success. And then nursing is always a big part of our team. So on here, I see Hitomi, who is one of our long-term volunteer, hasn't been with me. I don't know for how many years, Hitomi. So can you share with us a few words?
Me?
Yes. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's what we do all the time.
Well, I love it. It's like what everyone's been saying. You do one mission and you're hooked. You want to keep coming back. It's everything. But it is the children. It is because of the healthcare system that we have here in this country. There's so much feeling of entitlement. You go there and everything you do, even smiling, just touching, is appreciated. I mean, you just get everything back. Everything you put into it, you get back. And it's not anything you can get from doing anything else. And what Karen was saying, that the core group of the team, the feeling of team, everyone, we've become really great friends, and it's wonderful. It's a great feeling. It's hard work. It's hard. You get up really crack of dawn and you're there late, and your legs are swelling and your whole body's swelling because of the heat and everything else. But you just forget about it because everyone's in such a great mood all the time, and we keep each other, the mood stays up. The docs all take care of the difficult patients, and they get through everything like it's nothing. But I know it's very difficult, but we all help each other out, and we just kind of keep it moral, the whole, I don't know, the feeling of making sure that everyone is feeling good at the end of the day. But it's something that you can't buy. You can't do anything. You just have to try it, and you'll get hooked. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for me to not sign up.
You see, that smile is completely contagious, and it spread rapidly. If you think COVID spread quick, Hitomi smile spread even
It's
quicker.
worse.
Okay, I'm going to put my wife on the spot here. Tina, she's here, and she's part of the patient care, patient education experience. So, Tina, can you share?
Hi. So he did put me on the spot. So my name is Tina, and I've been supporting my husband for over 20 years, and I've kind of been in the background. I was first tasked 6 years ago with developing the wound care kit for patients, because the team noticed that after the surgery, patients don't have anything to clean themselves with. So we developed the wound care kit for patients, and then as part of the patient education team, we also teach patients, the NPO status, make sure that they, don't eat before surgery. Basically, it's been a wonderful experience for me, being part of the patient care team. I love supporting my husband. I love meeting everyone. Everyone really just has a heart of gold, and it's an experience that, like Hitomi says, you can't get anywhere except when you give freely, which is volunteering. I mean, here we all get, it's a job for us in healthcare, but over there you just give 100% free of your heart, and you get back so much more. So I really look forward to this trip and meeting all of you, and I hope that you will receive what we all here have felt, which is 100-fold back of whatever you give. Thank you.
All right, in a little bit, I'll invite anyone else to share, but right now I would like to put on the two people, part of a team that work really in the background. They are the unsung heroes of the mission, the team. Without them, we wouldn't be able to land on ground zero in Vietnam to do the work that we need to do, and we wouldn't be able to, safely stay there, do the work, and go home safely to our family. So I want to introduce our admin team. The head of that is Dũng Vũ, who is partnered with his wife Tissa. So I would like Dũng to share with us his experience.
Thank you, Dr. Nathan Lee. My name is Dũng Vũ. I joined Project Vietnam Foundation since 2017. I have known Project Vietnam for a long time, but I haven't had a chance to join, and I very admire all the work that the doctor and nurses have done. I ask myself, I'm not a medical person. I'm in the engineering work. So I wonder, what can I do to help? So I volunteered the first time in 2017, but then like hit to me and Dr. Karen Wu, and everyone say you get hooked and you. So that's why I keep coming back since then. And as when I coming back, I ask myself, what can I do to help the team? So I don't have any background in medical, so I become a person to do anything that other people don't do. So I don't know. There's some tasks that I do not have a name. Basically, my duty is to gather everyone, collect all the documents, paperwork, visa, passport, apply for visa, make sure everyone get on the airplane, arrive in Vietnam, and being picked up and transport to the hotel, and every day take off everyone of you to the hospital. And also with the team of admin, we take care of the lunch, dinner for everyone, not only the volunteers, but also for the patient and the caregiver who take care of the patient. So make sure the patient side and the volunteer side, everyone is well fed and happy and energized to work and to be together for the whole week. So that's my task. And this year in the admin team, we have 8 volunteers. As you see in the list of the name, we have the Sylvia Nguyen. She volunteered with us in 2019. Now she come back. And also have Chin Diep. She also went with us in 2017, or maybe more than that. I met her in 17, but probably she volunteered longer than me. So now she coming back too. And her daughter, Taryn Diep. And this year we also have the Anthony Lam and Dũng Nguyễn and Mark Hùng Nguyễn. So beside the 8 people from the US, we also have 1 person, Tina Levin, in Vietnam. So we coordinate and get all the paperwork, all the permit, and book the hotel and order food and looking for a restaurant to have to prepare dinner for everyone. So basically that's my task, and like I said before that I enjoy it and also enjoy the friendship of everyone. And I also feel very happy to see other kids changing. Like before they go to the surgery room and a week after and a month later, so they like angels. They're so beautiful. So I love it. So that's why I keep coming back.
Right. So together with the task of the admin team is to is to make sure that the finance works out, because with every project, right, there's we donate our time, our talent, and also our treasures, and the money, we cover everything for this children, the family. We pay for their food, the time that they stay with us, the patients, and generally the 2 parents travel with them. We pay for their travel costs, because they really, for them to even travel to get to us, some of them, like you saw in the video, sell the only source of income they have is a cow, or sometimes they drain the family savings. So we want to be able to support the cost for them to be with us, to get surgery done. We pay for hospital costs, we pay for educations, and along all of that. So the volunteer, we pay for the cost of what we consider volunteer costs. Okay? And, can whoever it is mute, please? Yeah. Okay. So the important things I just want to share with you guys, and I will ask Tissa to kind of help us, explain some of the volunteer costs. But like each one of us, all of volunteers on the team that you see here on this team, including me and everyone else, we pay the same volunteer fee, because we want to make sure that the donation money that we get, that our donors give, as much of it goes to the children that we possibly can, to take care of them and their family. So Tissa, can you just go over the volunteer fee for us?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Tisa Wen, and I'm part of the admin team. My part in the admin team is taking care of all the financials and accounting, anything that related to money, like collecting your fees. I'm going to chase after you guys for the money. So, let me tell you, like Dr. Nathan said, we all volunteers, we all pay the same amount of money. The only difference that we paid is either you are in a single room or double room. So that's the only difference in the price that you guys are paying. So for those who are requested single room, basically the hotel room will be a little bit higher than the double room, the double occupancy. So the fees, the mission fees would include the hotels and the transportation, the food, and the supplies. So it's strictly that. Anything other than that would be considered patients' fees, and we get that from the donations and the fundraising. For the returnees to of the missions, you guys might question why is the fees lower this year than the previous years. The reason it's lower because we were able to fundraise and we are able to cover for the working visas like Dr. Quinquil's mentioned before. So that's the reason why the fees for this year is lower than the previous years. So if you have any questions regarding how the missions fees are allocated, you can contact me. And that's it.
Thank you. So just to clarify, what are the most common question volunteer asks is, what is a working visa? I have a 5-year visa, and I'm Vietnamese, or you're a multi-entry visa. The working visa is equivalent to a working permit to allow us to practice medicine in Vietnam. Okay, so just like anyone who practice medicine, you have to be licensed, even as a charitable organization. And Vietnam in the early years didn't have that. They were very easier to do, but like every time, one of our goal as a team is to elevate the Vietnamese standard to as much similar to what we experience here. So we don't lower our standard, but we try to bring them up. So actually, in many ways, I feel that they have improved and learned from first world country like ourselves or other first world countries to start to institute some of this standard. So they want to make sure that the people that are going to practice medicine are qualified to do that. So they honors and they accept the medical license that we have over here. So that's part of their process going through. So and the fee has went up quite a bit because they do more extensive program. But for this year, we were fortunate enough to have donors that can support that. So we are going to absorb that fee, which run around $250 per volunteers. And I know some of you say that I'm not a medical volunteer, but you're on the medical team, so they still have to issue you the same working visa as if you are a medical provider. Okay? And one of the things that Dr. Q mentioned, and I just want to emphasize, as being on this team for as long as I have seen the whole spectrum of how things are done. And the most important thing for us is that we want to follow the rule of our host country to a T. We want to make sure that we respect their rule. It doesn't matter if we say it makes sense or not make sense, but that's as they are the host country, we follow the rule. We want to make sure that we get our team in there safely, legally. We can operate legally in all aspects, and then we can safely return home. We don't take chance and we don't take shortcuts. So we just want to make sure that things are done according to PACCOM and to the NGO organization that govern all charitable non-government group that come into Vietnam to do any sort of missionary work. All right, so as we move on, we are going to be having regular meetings, and the subsequent meeting we are actually going to go through team training, so where you will know which team you belong to and the functions and how it's operate. But the other important thing is I want to open up the time right now for anybody to introduce themselves, to ask questions, and that's what we're here for, to give you the floor, the opportunity. So that we can answer all your questions. Because I remember my first trip, I must have 100 questions before I got on that plane. And you know, it can be exciting, and it can also be anxious and a little bit scary. Okay, so anybody want just go ahead and unmute yourself, and you have the floor. Any questions? Okay, if there's no question, can I go through and have the remaining people introduce themselves? Okay, I'm going to go through the top row here. Sylvia.
Hi, my name is Sylvia, and I joined the admin team in 2019, and I really love it. That's my first trip, and so I really loved the people I work with, and you know what they do, and especially Baxi Quỳnh Kiều, which is I am very surprised that she has been done that for 23 years and keep going. So that she's my hero, and I want to come back again. As much as I could. Thank you.
Okay, the next person here is really a super dynamic couple who volunteered to go in 2020, which we were not able to go because of COVID, and they came back and they've been working tirelessly behind the scene to help the project to get us moving forward in a super, bring us up to this century. So I want to introduce Hong and Hong. Yeah, please share with us a few words.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm very, very honored and very happy to meet everyone here today. I'm super excited to be going on this first medical mission. It's been a dream of mine my whole life. And so I thank Dr. Nathan Lee and Tina for inviting me to join and allowing me to contribute in any way possible. And I look forward to spending the week with you in Vietnam and getting to know you and building friendships. And it sounds like, I know it's hard work, but it sounds like the rewards that we're going to get from helping these children are just going to be phenomenal. And I am humble to be among so many talents. And but everyone seems to be so loving, and you're all hearts of gold. So thank you so much for having me.
All right. And then I would like to invite, is it Chính Nguyễn?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hi, I'm Chính Nguyễn. This will be my first missions. I heard about this for a long time, and I'm able to go this year. So I'm looking forward and exciting to work with everyone with such great stories and great rewards. Thank you.
Okay, and then how about Lisa?
Yeah, I think you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So I'm Lisa. I'm
from Austria, actually. I'm born there and raised there and started working there until last year, and then I moved to Germany. I'm working as a resident in plastic surgery, and this is going to be my first mission. I heard about the project from my colleague Tony, who was with you last year already, and I'm really looking forward to it. He already told me so much about it.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. And then Helen Nguyen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Helen. This is my first time joining the surgical mission. I've known the team through Dr. Q when I do clinical rotation at her clinic, and just seeing the picture and the videos that she showed just inspire me and make me want to join you guys. So I am so excited to be part of the team and to learn and to work with everyone.
All right, welcome, Helen. All
Thank
right,
you.
next we have Bình Lê and Lai Lê. Please unmute.
Hello, nghe không?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. This is anh Bình với lại Lai. We are husband and wife. It's our honor to very happy to be first time to document all the activity of the mission. So we are very excited, and we want to document and show what a good work that we do, and to hopefully to inspire people to really help all the children with all that this form, that they can have a chance in life to live a better life. And we see you all, and we will video and tape everybody. So don't mind us. Okay, we'll be very quiet, doing our work, and to promote the good work of this mission, which is, I think, almost more than 20 years. This is a very solid foundation. Thank you.
All right, thank you, and Bình and Lai. Okay, so they're going to help us tell our stories, right? They have done multiple documentaries and videos and things for our community. Okay, I want to invite Daniel Perez, my colleagues.
Hello, hi everyone. I work with Dr. Nathan Lay since 2015. I've been wanting to do the volunteer, but with the COVID and some schedule conflict, I wasn't able to go until finally this year. So it'll be my first year, and I'm really excited to work in see Vietnam. I've never been there. It's very inspiring to see the photos that Amy and Nathan shared. The video alone was pretty inspiring. So thank you, and I'm pretty excited.
All right, welcome. All right, next would be anh Dũng Nguyễn.
Thanks, everyone. My name is Dũng Nguyễn, and I'm very pleased to have the opportunity here to meet everyone on the team. And I am very impressed at listening to all the wonderful, the amazing stories that you told of previous mission trips. And I'm just glad to be able to come join you this year. It will be my first, and hopefully bring some particular skill sets that I have to help the team, to help the mission.
Thank you, Anh. So Anh is on the team that's helping us develop our electronic medical record and data gathering and archiving. All right, and Koi, he's our returning nurse that is an essential part of preparing for the team.
Sorry, my sound can be loud, but I think this was my second time returning. Last year was my first time, but I was able to learn a lot from everyone. I'm glad that I was able to contribute something, and yeah, I'm ready to come back to have more. Yeah, like one of the person that inspired me the most is actually Chu Dũng. He's very like humble and helpful and always in the back.
Okay, thank you, Koi. Yes. Thank you for coming back.
Yes, Dad.
And then I would like to introduce Jeannie Kim. She's also a colleague of mine. Yeah. I can't hear you, Jeannie.
I think Jeannie's on call. She might have got called out.
Okay. All right, I'm going to skip over to Chin Dip.
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Jin, and my daughter and I, Taryn, have volunteered 2 years in a row with primary care, and that's how we got started. And this year will be our very first year on the surgical team. So we're really looking forward to sharing in all the experiences that all the previous volunteers are talking about. Fun fact, my daughter was introduced to PVNF when she was a teenager. She's 22 now and graduating college soon. But Dr. Q was her pediatrician. So we've known Dr. Q a very long time, and she was able to convince us to join, and we haven't looked back since. Looking forward to more memories and sharing it with everybody else's experiences here.
Okay, awesome. All right, I think Dr. Kim is back. So I'm going to ask Dr. Kim to share with us. There she is. We can't hear you, Jeannie. Your microphone is off for some reason, Jeannie. If I can read lips, I think she said, hi, everyone. We still can't hear you. All right. Thank you. We will catch you next one. And then I see another, is it Lon on here?
Hi, this is Luan. So, hi, I am Luan Huân. This is my very first time joining the mission trip. So, I know the mission trip through a Facebook page on like named Viet Nurses in America. So that's how I knew the mission trip, and then I knew chị Hiền Anh, chị Mỹ Hạnh, but I've known that they're not coming this trip this year, and I've been working as a nurse since last September at CAC USC, so I am a very baby nurse. So I'm quite nervous and excited to look forward to this trip, and so please teach me all you can so I can learn. So yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Okay,
my heart is beating so loudly right now. I can hear. So nervous to speak in front of you.
We'll work together, okay? And I would not hold
Okay,
you
thank you.
working at USC against you because my wife is from USC, even though I'm from
Oh,
the other
oh,
school across town.
oh, okay. Good to know. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Anyone have any questions for tonight that we can answer for you?
I think you miss Anh Hùng, Nathan. You wanted to say something, Mark?
Oh, and home. Yes. Unmute. There.
Hi, my name is Mark. Vietnamese name is Hùng. And you heard my wife. Her dream trip become my dream trip. So that's why I'm a first time volunteer. In way of background, I'm a retired military, and I have done numerous medical mission in my prior life. So I'm looking forward. I'm honored to meet all of you tonight, and I'm looking forward to meet each one of you in person and join you on the journey of making a difference to the children in Vietnam. Thank you.
All right. Welcome and home. Okay. So like I said, we are going to have a meeting at the beginning of July and again at the beginning of August. And then there's going to be a little bit more of a task-oriented training, give you background information on cleft lip, cleft palates, and go through some of the surgical aspect, repair, go through some of the OR and clinical aspect. And that way you can hit the ground running when we come to Vietnam. So just to give you just a very quick, brief ideas that when we land in Vietnam, we expect everyone to be there on Saturday. So on Saturday we meet, we'll bring all the supply with us. So there's a lot of packing and unpacking. So I'm going to look forward to everybody to help us. You know, you get 2 check-in luggage. This to save at least for the ladies, they have 1 box for us of 50 pounds. The other 50 pounds, you can bring whatever you want. For the guys, please be like me. Your carry-on is all you need. Okay, trust me. That's all the clothing and stuff that you need. The other 2 check-in box to help us bring the supply to Vietnam, and that's how we function. That's the surest way for us to get the supply that we need to Vietnam so we can do our work. We have anywhere between 30 to 40 boxes that we need to carry with us. So please save that space for us. And then on Saturday, we sort the supply, go through team, meet each other in real life, real form. And then Sunday is our clinic. So we're going to spend a good part of Sunday screening all these kids. Right now, the core team are pre-screening them ahead of time here in the state through electronic format, but they will meet them in person and make sure that they are appropriate for our surgery. And then Monday morning, like he told me, said 6 o'clock is breakfast, 6:30 on the bus. We hit the hospital at 7 and we work until the work is done. So hopefully sometime in the late afternoon, early evening, we'll be done and we'll come back to the hotel. We do that for 5 days. And then at the end, we will have a team gathering, dinner, reflection every day. And then that's will comprise of our week of 7 days of work. All right. And then we'll be sending out additional information. I asked you, I just want you to ask how you can help. I would say that the admin team work very hard. They all have day jobs. So whatever work that they do for the medical mission is usually night work after they finish their day job. So whatever they sent you, ask you for paperwork, passport, whatever, please respond and submit those documents back to them in a timely manner. That just help us keep everything moving. We will have to submit all the paperwork to get permits and all of that done in Vietnam time. Can take weeks. So we have to time it very well so that we can get all the document and paperwork in place. Okay, that's all I have for tonight. And I really appreciate everyone joining us and just to help us get our team going and get all of us on the ground safely.
I have one announcement, yeah, Dr. Lee.
Yes, go ahead, you.
Oh, okay. So I would like to remind everyone, once you know your arrival time. When you bought your airline ticket, please forward a copy to me. I would like to know when you would touch down in Saigon. So we will try to arrange the pickup for you and transport from the hotel to, from the airport to the hotel. So I would like to know your arrival time and date. And I also would like to remind anyone who are renewing passport. Once you receive your new passport, please forward it to me ASAP. Because if you don't have your new passport, it will delay the whole team paperwork. I have to submit all the paperwork to Vietnam with a complete list of all the name and the passport. So please forward me the new copy if you are renewing. And that's all for now.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'm very excited to meet you in person and get to work and do good things and make dreams and life-changing dreams for all these children and their family. All right. Have a good night.
Good night, all. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.